Notorious. No, no, no. Notorious. No, no, no. Notorious. No, no, no. Notorious. No, no, no. Notorious.
What up?
Yo, man. Just waiting here looking like an idiot for a while. What's up, man? It's been a minute. How you been?
Pretty good. How about you, brother?
Yeah, can't complain, dude. Congratulations on making it to the championship. I gotta admit, I didn't see this coming.
I didn't see it coming either. We had a pretty slow start. Last year was a train wreck in and of itself, but here we are. We're competing, baby. We're still in it.
Hell yeah. Love that. Before we actually get into it, I did ask you to grab a beer. Did you do so?
Yes, sir.
Cool, man. All right. Well, cheers, dude. It's been too long
Corona's
since
from
I've
the
seen
West
you.
Coast. Cheers, dude.
What did you say? Corona's what?
Corona's on the West Coast, I found my beach.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. But dude, all right, yeah, Rob was supposed to be on. You know that. But he had a punt. He's actually out west too. He's in Portland right now, but he's thinking he got the flu. We got COVID tested, but it's not that. So that's why I wasn't sure if he was gonna hop on or not until he said something in the group text we had going on.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, hopefully he doesn't have the cocoa, and if he does, maybe Papa Joe can send him another 1,200 bones.
Yeah, we'll see. So, dude, we'll get into it, man. But I do want to talk about your season. You particularly have had a pretty good storyline, I would say, in the league in general. You started out 2 seasons ago not drafting your team. You had Jordan drafted. I saw it happen in front of me. And then the next year, you woke up, I think, 5 minutes after the draft had started or something, and then you picked a backup running back in front of Nick Chubb. I think it was Kareem Hunt as your first overall pick in front of Nick Chubb last year. And then this year, man, I actually thought you did great drafting, but everyone else was dogging you during draft night for your team. So the evolution of you has been apparent, but I kind of want to know, while going through it, what have you thought of the league since you're kind of one of the newer members of it?
Well, let me take a look at the team here. So, to answer the whole draft night thing, I was getting dogged on. I think some people threw some shade my way for Josh Jacobs. I mean, look how that turned out. Got the number one running back in the league.
I've been wanting him too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know you sent a few trades my way trying to jig me for Lombardi, Lenny, and Josh
I don't know about
Jacobs.
shit.
Oh man, I don't know. You should put those trades up in the podcast and let the people decide. But
It would be
yeah,
censored
man.
out.
I mean, I'll say this: I definitely didn't have the strongest draft class, but I think they ended up growing into their shoes a little bit, and definitely performed pretty well for me. But I knew there was going to be some good competition going into it. You got some people, some pretty stacked teams, honestly, but. I was able to give some good output. I know, I think it was your brother. He tried to jib me a little bit, and we ended up coming up with something for who was it, for Juju? I gave him Juju. He gave me, I think, like Alec Pierce and James Robinson, who both ended up being bums, but
Okay. It still didn't affect you too hard if you're in the
it didn't affect me too hard. I was able to get in there.
That's awesome, man. So yeah, I don't know. I was talking to my brothers, and we didn't think it was warranted that you were getting that the heat for the team that you drafted. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess it was kind of like a learned response from everyone, as in like they just kind of anticipate you not drafting too well.
Yeah.
But all right, man. So like throughout the season, it's been crazy for you. Like specifically, like I said, you scored the most points out of anyone in the entire league.
That I did.
But you had a losing record at 6-8. You actually scored, the next highest scorer was Jared, who was the first overall team in the entire league at like 10-4. You finished at 6-8, and on the season you scored more than 67 points than he did. So like just kind of walk me through like what was that like going throughout the regular season? Was it frustrating, I can imagine, but I just kind of want to hear it from you.
Dude, it was pretty brutal. So, I mean, I'm looking at my scores. I had some pretty high scoring games. Um, but like I don't know, like everyone just kind of showed up to play whenever I was playing him, And I'm out here scoring 127. Michael scored 167, I mean,
Yeah, it's
and
tough
then there's
goes.
one I got 144. Rob got 162. So it was tough out here. There was definitely some pretty hot games, and I feel like some of my players might have even underperformed in those games, but um, I could see it, dude. I saw that I was the highest scoring team, as you guys said, I was the juggernaut, and it was
Yep,
just a matter of time before I caught traction. You guys can't keep putting up numbers like that every day, but I
for
was,
sure.
so I saw it coming
Dude,
a little bit.
so yeah, man, but like that's the thing. So like you kept scoring, but like you just like these teams just kept coming like playing like their best games, like get best weeks against you. So when you finally get to the final week and you're like, damn, I actually got a shot to like kind of sneak in because you were one of those bubble teams that were fighting for the last spot. You then lose
Yep.
the last week. So if you won, you were in guaranteed. If you lost, you still had a chance, but other things had to play to your favor. I think it was to Adam, right? Yeah, you lost to Adam. You lose.
Ryan, week 14, I lost to Ryan.
Ryan. Oh, Mick.
Yeah, Mick.
Got it. Okay. That's bad. What's up, Mick? That's too funny that I don't even remember him from by his first name. But yeah, so like when you first lost, because I think it was decided the next night after like your game had been decided already. I think your game was decided on Sunday, but for other like teams in our league, that Monday night still mattered. So when you had originally lost your week, what was going through your head? Did you think you had a chance at first, or did you know like, hey, or did you think like, hey, I lost, I'm done? Like, what were you thinking?
When I lost that week, dude,
Yeah,
honestly, the
last
only thing
week.
I was thinking is that I left Evan Ingram on my bench for 40 points. That was
Forgot
I
about that.
dude, I was heated about that.
Yeah.
That was a stupid move, but I don't know. I think yeah, I figured I was just out, and then I think I texted you, and you were like, oh no, like you can still get in because you have the most points for it. And I was like, let's fucking go. I was like,
That's
I
right.
knew I knew it was going to come in handy somewhere, but yeah, dude.
Uh,
I'm looking at that game, and his players weren't even that crazy. He's got concussed Tua on the field. Joe Mixon went off for him a little bit, and then the rest. I mean, Tyler Lockett. I don't care what you guys say. He's kind of a bum. Um,
you were the biggest fan of him like 2 years ago, dude.
yeah, well, not anymore. Um, and yeah, dude. And then of course James Robinson putting up 0 points. Yeah, dude. I thought I was out. I thought I was out for good. And those points for they really they take you the distance.
Yeah, they do, man. That's tried and true to say the least. But also just for people's sakes, these videos weirdly enough actually get like some amount of views, which I'm surprised it's not just like us like 12 watching it.
Yeah.
But you losing actually made sure Burke didn't get in. Or helped Burke not get in. So you limped your way in the whole season going into the final week. You lose the last game and you still find your way in here at 6-8. Your very first week, you go against Jared. Now, Jared is the 10-4 team. That was his record, number one overall. But everyone was saying like you guys were the two number one seeds because of you, how much you scored during the regular season. So whirlwind to just get in, and then that's your first opponent. Walk me through what you were thinking, and then also just follow up. Um, did you think you have a chance of winning? Did you think you were going to smoke him? Just walk me through what your thoughts were leading up to week one.
I looked at my previous game with him, and he absolutely smoked me. So I was a little concerned. To be honest, I kind of I wrote it off, and I was just like, fuck it. Like I'm gonna have to compete in my other fantasy leagues for the
Yeah.
championship and all that. But my players just went off that game, dude. And I think some of his guys lagged a little bit. Uh, I want to say like maybe one of his players got hurt like mid game or something, but
Something
something helped me
happened.
out. But
Yeah, I can't remember.
yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win that one, and it came down to like Sunday night, and I was like, oh, like I got a chance right here, And
I
I knew
love it.
if I beat him, I could take it to the house, I mean,
Yeah,
like no one else is gonna put up a fight like he does.
for
But
sure.
surprisingly, Kenny did. I was pretty
Yeah,
shocked at that.
so
We neither of us broke 100.
let's go. Yeah, we'll just go right into it because that's week 2. That was your matchup. Kenny beat me um handedly. He beat, like, I think he almost scored more than like 100 points. Like I was like at 70 or something and he scored like 160 or whatever it came out to be. But so Kenny beats me, murders me. You are projected to lose. I think you at one point had like 4% chance to win or something.
Against
It was
Kenny.
low. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was low. It was like very low. And he had Tom Brady. I forget whatever the points shook out to be. All right, just you know what? You tell the story. So like just for everyone watching, you paint the picture for everyone.
dude. So I'm sitting there. I started off with like I want to say I got as high as like 75, like maybe even 80% to win. Stopped even checking in on it. I was just checking on my other leagues, seeing if I had a chance there. Um, and then the 5 o'clock game's about to come on. Brady is he's suiting up and everything, and then I just take a look to see where I'm at. Everything flipped. I think who was it? Some like running back went off for him or something, and oh no, it was Waddle. Waddle got him like 21 points, and then that ended up giving him the 70% chance of winning. I got down to 30, and I did the math, and Brady just needed 15 points to beat me. And I was like, I mean, I was looking at his average. I don't think he even has a 15-point game. And if he does, it's like like a major outlier. So statistically speaking, I should have lost, and I'm just keeping up with it. And man, I owe Giselle a thank you letter because
That's so wrong.
she must have done that that voodoo witchcraft she was talking about in the
So
locker room.
wrong, dude.
Cursed his ass because
Oh
had he
God.
not thrown that second interception, I would have lost. But in the end of the
Oh,
day, the woman got the best of him, and he went out there and just absolutely blew it in classic Buccaneers fashion.
oh,
Which wasn't great for me because in my other league I do have Evans and Godwin on my team,
got
so
it.
that
Okay.
didn't turn out too well. I ended up losing to my own girlfriend, but um, yeah,
Guess we know who wears the pants in that relationship.
yeah, dude, it was as much as I rip on Brady for Giselle, I guess I'm in the same boat, getting
Happens to us
cursed out
all.
here with my girl. But yeah, dude. So I was checking that out, and we got down to it. He threw that second interception. I started talking smack in the chat, and then like the worst thing that could happen happens, and it was overtime. And I'm like, bro, this is not gonna. This is you just can't get any crazier. And
Uh,
he takes it into overtime and you can't do it. You can't do it. And I ended up winning by like less than a point. I think the points were 98.2 to 97.65. So I won by,
yeah, you literally by 0.55
yeah,
points. That is, yeah. So
0.55.
no interception, no
No
second
interception, I lose.
interception, no second interception, and you lose. So again, man, it's kind of like a reoccurring thing. Like you sneak into the playoffs by
Yep.
losing the last game. You then, and like, I think Jared was projected at some point, I think even maybe majority, he was projected to win, but it was always closer than most. But you ended up winning by like 12. And now you limp in against Kenny. Again, dope team, like good, hard fought battles, but like 0.55 points of a differentiating statistic. You take all of that and you go into the final week. Do you think it's more of the same, or do you think it's completely different? Do you think you blow them out? Do you think you get blown out? Let me hear where your head's at.
So I've been looking into this, and I'm actually going to look up the matchup right here because let's see. So just looking at his team, he's got Jefferson, and that's serious.
Yeah, so good, man.
That's serious. I think in all of my leagues, every time I've played Jefferson, I've been absolutely shit on. Just not even a close game. He also has Akers, and I know Akers is, I don't know, having baby mama drama or something over there at the Rams, but Daddy McVay isn't treating him right, whatever it might be. So I'm hoping that gets in his head. It's going up against the Chargers. The Chargers aren't the best against running backs, but fuck it. But we got Mahomes going up against the Broncos, and I know Wilson hasn't found his way off the short bus yet, but the defense is certainly out here competing. So I think that's going to be a tough matchup. I think he's going to lag in quarterback points, so that's going to help me a lot, especially because I'm going in with Allen. Hawkinson's a dangerous threat against me. Wilson, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Overall, I think I got the better players this week, and I think what it's going to come down to is just the matchup. We got to see. Diggs has been really underperforming, and if he plays the way he's been playing, I think I'll lose. But if he plays the way he started off the season, I think I'll absolutely crush him.
That's a pretty high level breakdown of the matchup. So I actually really like it. I don't know if you were made aware of what happened last game against the Broncos. They allowed 51.
That was a fluke. I'm praying that was a fluke. Yeah, that I don't know what Baker put in the Gatorade on the sidelines, dude, but they were juiced up. They were juiced up. Stuff. Yeah, man, that was pretty crazy. I did not expect. I didn't even watch that game because I didn't think it was going to be a good game. But that was pretty nuts.
A good game.
But